Everybody loves a good protagonist, but not everyone likes to delve into what makes them interesting and why. That's why analytical idiots like me exist in the world. Hello everyone, this is the RPG Monger, and today I'm going to go over 10 protagonists that really stood out over your stereotypical heroes or edgelords. As always, only one per series, and if you know a character that belonged here that I didn't include, tell me in the comments because I probably haven't seen where they're from. So to start out, I had to go with Guts from Berserk, because you really can't get a more complex character than him. With a backstory that's one of the most depressing I've ever seen, somehow this character maintains more emotion than you would expect, all the while having a deep drive to achieve his goals, a drive that is very justified. With him having to cope with losing literally everything on multiple occasions, his will has to be tough as steel. Also, he kills demons, so that's like a perfect 10 to a perfect 11 right there. By now, I'm sure a lot of you that have seen Neon Genesis saw this coming, but come on, how could I not include Shinji here? If anything, not only is his character, but this entire show is complex. Not to get into any spoiler material with the ending, if you haven't watched it, you're missing out on an experience. But just watching Shinji as he gets thrusted into situations he hates throughout the entire show really builds his character in a way you wouldn't expect. Again with another classic, Spike from Cowboy Bebop is one of those protagonists who act laid back and even goofy at times, but can get serious immediately if the situation demands it. Being chased by his past as he tries to reunite with his girlfriend to fulfill the promise he made, Spike really is an interesting character. See you, Space Cowboy. Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist is a great protagonist with his undying determination to right his past wrongs and bring his brother's body back. As the story progresses and more is discovered about what the Philosopher's Stone really is, and even when his brother Alphonse starts to lose hope about ever getting his body back, Edward was there to give him hope even when the odds seem completely against him, which gives his character much more depth and inner strength, which is always a great thing. Okay, so before I go into this, with Steel Ball Run, both Johnny and Gyro are equal as main protagonists. But of course, I had to pick Gyro. Gyro Zeppeli is such a great protagonist, for a number of reasons. With him trying gags he comes up with on people, to being able to think fast in life or death situations, all the while putting his life on the line to save a child from execution that really did nothing wrong. This kind of genuine selflessness that you really can't find in a lot of characters, at least not any that I've seen. Also, he makes the best songs. Alucard from Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate is really a mysterious character all the way up till the end of the anime. Although his personality is usually really arrogant, under it lies a deep envy for people who get to die normally and have the courage to experience old age, since he really didn't have any of those things due to him being immortal and all-powerful. He does, in fact, have other emotions that he expresses openly, albeit not very oftenly, but I'll stop there, as not to spoil anyone considering watching Hellsing, it's worth it, take it from me. Gurren Lagann is one of the hypest anime ever to come to fruition, and Simon really is quite the protagonist all the way till the end, with an ending that honestly isn't the happiest or most satisfying ending that's out there, but even then it's fantastic. Starting out as a kid with low self-esteem due to his fear of earthquakes and his lack of parents, he then finds the mech, Lagann, and teams up with Kamina, the king of hype. Then, as he sets out into the world, he has to deal with stabs of heartache and depression along the way, as him and all the allies he gathers go up against a variety of over-the-top enemies. Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul takes adapting to unfamiliar situations to a whole new level, as his normal lifestyle takes a complete 180 when he gets turned into a ghoul due to an organ transplant. This in turn makes him lose the ability to eat all human food except for coffee and human meat. Just the process of him trying to eat human food, even though it's physically hurting him, makes his character that much more real, and makes you feel genuinely sorry for him. And as the story progresses, he has to face the fact that his life will never be the same. Yato from Noragami is another fantastic example of a character who is just trying to escape his past and redeem himself from it. Like Spike from Cowboy Bebop, Yato has two sides, one being his goofy usual self, and the other being a very serious side when the situation demands it. Ever since he quit being a war god, not many people know of him, so he developed a fear of being forgotten, which is why he's so desperate to help people so he can achieve his goal of getting his very own shrine, a dream of his that has lasted for hundreds of years. Light Yagami from the ever-popular Death Note is a peculiar one because it really is debatable if he is in fact evil, good, or neither, since at least from his perspective, he is doing the right thing. But as he used the Death Note more and more, his personality got increasingly warped and the line between murderer and victim really did blur. For example, when he lost his memory of the Death Note, he became a righteous person who was reluctant to manipulate anybody. But the second he regained his memory of it, he manipulated people without a moment's thought. This really makes him an interesting protagonist to say the least, if not one of the most interesting in any media, but that's debatable honestly. Welcome to my outro. To those who made it here and haven't clicked away, you have my utmost thanks. If you guys like what I do, subscribe. So anyways, today's cool thing of the day is this Neon Genesis Evangelion animation that I found to be hilarious. It's really great, and it represents the series to a T. But anyways, I'm the RPG Monger, and I'll see you all in the next one.